The human ship Odyssey floated silently above the swirling clouds of the gas giant Valon 9. Its silver hull gleamed faintly in the light of the distant sun. Captain Elena Ryder stood on the bridge, her hands gripping the railing, eyes fixed on the massive structure ahead, the flagship of the Andrax, the alien empire that had ruled this sector of space for centuries. The Andrax were unlike any life humans had encountered before. Towering with shimmering skin and multiple limbs, they moved with precision and grace. At their head was Queen Varel, a figure of legend and fear. Her intelligence was unmatched, and her species had no patience for weakness. Humanity had never been tested by beings like this, and yet here they were, invited, or perhaps summoned, to meet the Queen herself. "Steady, Captain," said Lieutenant Marco Harris, his voice breaking Elena's focus. "We don't know what's waiting for us. They could be testing us in ways we don't understand." Elena nodded. "That's why we have to be careful and clever. Humans survive because we adapt. Remember that." The ship's docking clamps clicked into place and the Odyssey was pulled gently toward the flagship. The docking bay of the Andrax ship was immense, its walls glowing with light that seemed alive, shifting colors like liquid metal. The humans, clad in their protective suits, felt the air around them hum with energy. A group of Andrax officers approached, their many limbs moving in perfect synchronization. They spoke in a melodic language, which the translators rendered into careful English. "Captain Ryder," one of them said, bowing slightly. "Queen Varel awaits. She requests your presence in the Hall of Convergence." The humans followed, their movements careful. Each step was measured, not out of fear alone, but because the hall itself seemed to respond to them. Energy flowed along the walls, pulsing gently with their presence. It was beautiful and unsettling at the same time. At the center of the hall, Queen Varel waited. She sat on a throne of crystal-like structures, her many eyes observing each human carefully. Her skin shimmered in shades of violet and gold. When she spoke, her voice resonated through the hall, not loud but deep and commanding. "Humans," she said, "you have come far. Yet here, far from your fragile world, you must show me who you truly are. Trust is required." The translators converted her words instantly, but the meaning was clear. The humans were expected to remove their helmets, an act of total vulnerability. Elena stepped forward, heart steady. "We understand your request, Queen Varel," she said, "but we also value caution. Removing our helmets is a risk for our survival." The Queen tilted her head as if studying Elena for some hidden truth. "Then perhaps you are not yet ready. Or perhaps you are ready in ways you do not understand." The humans exchanged glances. The air inside the hall seemed thicker than the air in their suits. Some of the crew fidgeted nervously, eyes darting to the shimmering walls and the alien figures around them. Finally, Elena made her choice. She slowly unlatched her helmet and lifted it off, revealing her face. Her hair fell freely, her eyes calm and confident. Every human followed, trusting their captain's example. Queen Varel's many eyes widened ever so slightly. The humans stood there, exposed yet unafraid. Their pulse, their breath, and their very presence sent a ripple through the hall. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but the Queen noticed it immediately. "You are bold," she said, her voice softer now, almost curious. "Bold and curious. This is rare among weaker species. You take risks without knowing the outcome. Fascinating." Elena bowed slightly. "We adapt, Queen Varel. We survive because we learn, and we learn because we observe. We are not like other species you have met." The Queen rose, her towering figure moving gracefully toward Elena. Energy pulsed around her hands as she extended one limb toward the human captain. "Let me see if your bodies are as resilient as your minds claim," she said. "Do you understand me?" "Yes," Elena replied, steady and firm. "We do." The Queen circled the humans, her gaze inspecting every detail. She touched the air near them and a soft hum filled the hall. Some of the crew felt a slight pressure against their bodies, almost like the pull of a magnet. But none of them faltered. Humans were flexible, unpredictable. Their muscles, their nerves, their reflexes, they reacted in ways the Queen could not predict. "Curious," the Queen murmured. She paused, observing Elena. "Captain Ryder, your species is different. Perhaps I underestimated you." Then, without warning, she extended her energy field closer, trying to probe the human mind. Many alien species could do this, sense thoughts, emotions, fears. Humans were usually weak against it, but Elena's quick reflexes activated a subtle bioemitter in her suit, one designed for scientific observation. The field she created interacted with the Queen's energy in an unusual way. A ripple passed through the hall. The Queen staggered, her expression one of shock. The humans looked at her, confused but unharmed. This is impossible, she said, her voice a mix of disbelief and intrigue. No species should be able to resist so easily. How? Elena remained calm. We adapt. That is what humans do. We observe, we learn, and we find solutions when none seem possible. The hall was silent for a moment. The Andrax officers whispered among themselves, clearly surprised. Humans had never faced their queen directly without fear, and now they had disrupted her own power. Queen Varel took a deep breath, her many eyes focused on Elena. Very well, Captain. You are not weak. You are not predictable. You are something new, Elena bowed. We do not seek to threaten Queen Varel. We seek understanding, and perhaps partnership. The Queen studied the humans for another long moment. Then she motioned toward a side chamber. Come. We will see if your minds are as capable as your bodies. The humans followed, their steps cautious but confident. They did not know what trials awaited them, but they understood one thing clearly. They had already impressed the most powerful being they had ever encountered. And in the depths of space where fear and danger were constant companions, human courage and adaptability had shone brighter than any star. The side chamber was unlike anything the humans had ever seen. Its walls shimmered with flowing colors, shifting like liquid under a soft light that had no source. Strange patterns danced across the floor as if alive, rearranging themselves as the humans moved. Captain Elena Ryder led her crew carefully, keeping their focus sharp. Every step was watched, every movement measured. Queen Varel floated toward the center of the chamber, her multiple limbs moving in slow, deliberate motions. Her eyes glimmered with curiosity and caution. Humans, she said, her voice resonating through the space. You have survived exposure to the Hall of Convergence. Now we shall see if your minds are as unique as your bodies. Elena nodded. We are ready, Queen Varel. The Queen raised one limb and a series of holographic symbols appeared before them. The symbols rotated, changing shape and color. To the Andrax, this was a test of intelligence, memory, and problem-solving, a puzzle that had stumped their scholars for generations. Interpret these patterns, the Queen said. Solve them. Show me the limits of your species' reasoning. The humans approached the display. Lieutenant Marco Harris stepped forward first, examining the symbols carefully. They seemed chaotic at first, but the humans quickly noticed subtle repetitions and hidden connections. Their minds worked differently from the Andrax, not relying solely on logic but also on intuition and creativity. Elena, look here, Marco said, pointing to a faint sequence that matched another part of the display. If we shift this pattern, it will align with the next set of symbols. Elena smiled, her eyes sharp. Good. Let's proceed together. Watch the flow, don't force it. The pattern will guide us. As the humans worked, the Queen observed silently. Her energy field reached out, trying to detect their thoughts, their strategies. But the humans were unpredictable. Their minds leapt between possibilities, creating solutions no single Andrax could anticipate. Minutes passed, and then hours, though time in the chamber felt strange. Finally, with a final gesture, the humans completed the puzzle. The symbols rearranged themselves into a perfect pattern, glowing with a soft golden light. Queen Varel's many eyes widened. Impossible, she whispered. Her usual calm composure faltered for a brief moment. No species should accomplish this in a single attempt. Humans, your minds operate in ways I cannot predict. Elena bowed slightly. We do not rely on prediction alone. We observe, we experiment, and we trust our instincts. That is how humans solve problems. The Queen floated closer, her energy shimmering around her. Your species is remarkable, yet I sense there is more. Your bodies, your minds, they react differently to the world. I must study this. Elena noticed the Queen reaching out with a subtle energy field, probing the humans again. She signaled to her crew and they activated their suits' bioemitters, the same ones that had surprised the Queen in the Hall of Convergence. This time, the effect was stronger. The Queen's energy field wavered, disrupted by the human technology in a way she could not control. The Andrax officers whispered nervously. For the first time, a human had affected the Queen's own power. Your resilience, the Queen said almost to herself. No species has ever resisted so easily. How can this be? Elena stepped forward. We adapt. That is what humans do. We face the unknown and we find ways to survive and thrive. The chamber seemed to hold its breath. The queen studied Elena closely, her eyes searching for hidden tricks, for deceit, for weakness. She found none. The human stood calm, steady, and confident. Perhaps, Varel said slowly, your species is not weak. Perhaps you are an exception. She paused, her voice softer. An unexpected gift among many. Suddenly alarms blared from the flagship. Red lights flashed across the chamber, casting long shadows. The Andrax officers tensed, and one of them shouted in their melodic language. What is happening? Elena asked, her voice calm but alert. The queen's eyes narrowed. A rival faction within my empire seeks to test you further. Without my permission. She floated closer. They underestimated your species. They assumed humans would be easy to manipulate or intimidate. The humans exchanged quick glances. They had to act fast. Elena took charge. We cannot allow them to use us as pawns. Stay focused and follow my lead. The chamber shifted. Holographic controls appeared around the humans, part of the sabotage attempt. It was designed to trap them, to expose vulnerabilities, but Elena saw through it. Using a combination of logic, instinct, and quick thinking, she directed her team to manipulate the controls, bypassing the traps. Move the sequence this way, she shouted. Adjust the energy pattern there. Now synchronize. The humans worked as one, their movements precise yet adaptive. Within moments, they neutralized the sabotage, stabilizing the chamber. The red alarm ceased and the lights returned to their calm, flowing colors. Queen Varel observed silently, her expression one of astonishment. Remarkable, she said. You not only solved the puzzle, but also overcame an unforeseen threat. No species has ever done so in my presence, Elena straightened. We do not seek confrontation, Queen Varel. But when faced with danger, we act. That is what humans do. The queen floated closer, her energy field softening. You are unlike any creature I have encountered. Your courage, your creativity, your ability to adapt, they are extraordinary. The humans felt a mixture of relief and pride. They had faced the unknown, the queen's challenge, and even a hidden threat from her own empire, and they had emerged unscathed. Perhaps, the queen continued, her many eyes reflecting genuine curiosity, your species has potential that even I cannot measure. Humans, you may teach us something new. Elena smiled, her calm confidence shining through. And we are willing to learn from you as well, Queen Varel. Together, we can achieve more than either of us could alone. The queen regarded them for a long moment. Then with a slow nod, she extended a limb toward Elena. Very well, you have proven yourselves. Let us see what future awaits when humans and Andrax collaborate. The humans followed her deeper into the chamber, unaware of the adventures, discoveries, and challenges that awaited them. One thing was certain. In the vast reaches of space, their resilience, courage, and ingenuity had earned them not only survival, but also the respect of a species that had never known weakness, except in humans. And for the first time, Queen Varel wondered what a human mind could accomplish when set free in the galaxy. The chamber's colors flowed around the humans like a living river, but the mood had shifted. Where fear had once hovered, now there was curiosity and respect. Queen Varel led the humans into a larger hall, one filled with holographic displays of the galaxy, showing stars, planets, and routes between civilizations. Captain Ryder, the queen began, her voice calm but commanding. You have proven that humans are not only resilient but unpredictable in the best sense. Your species possesses qualities I have rarely seen. Elena stepped forward, her posture straight, her voice steady. We are glad you see that, Queen Varel. Humanity seeks knowledge and understanding. Conflict is not our first choice, but when faced with danger, we act with courage and intelligence. The queen's many eyes regarded Elena thoughtfully. Your people value life, yet you are not weak. You adapt. You solve problems that others cannot. You survive challenges that would destroy other species. This is remarkable. One of the Andrax officers approached, bowing deeply. Your Majesty, he said, the humans have not only resisted our tests but have also countered an internal threat without guidance. Their species is extraordinary. Queen Varel nodded slowly. Indeed, humans are unlike any other species I have observed. They act with creativity, intuition, and moral insight. They are special. Elena glanced at her crew, seeing their pride reflected in their eyes. Each of them had faced an unknown empire, strange environments and subtle attacks, and yet they had remained calm, thoughtful, and resourceful. "Your Majesty," Elena said carefully, "we do not seek to dominate or compete with your empire. We wish to collaborate, to learn from one another, and to protect what is valuable in this galaxy. Humans have survived by working together and finding solutions even when the odds are against us." The Queen's energy pulsed softly, and she extended a limb toward the holographic display, causing a map of multiple star systems to rotate in the air. There are conflicts brewing across these systems. Many civilizations are on the brink of war. Perhaps your species, humans, can help mediate these disputes. Your approach is different, effective, balanced. Elena's eyes lit up. "We will help where we can, Queen Varel. We believe in negotiation, fairness, and courage. Humans are willing to act when others hesitate." The Queen studied her carefully, her expression unreadable. Then slowly she nodded. "Very well. You shall accompany my envoys to these regions, observe, advise, intervene when necessary. I will trust humans with tasks that would normally be reserved for the most skilled Andrax. But understand, this is no simple assignment. Danger is constant." "We understand," Elena said firmly. "We are ready to face it." The Queen's voice softened, almost unexpectedly. "Captain Ryder, you and your people have taught me something today. I expected fear, weakness, and hesitation. Instead, I found courage, intelligence, and determination. Your species surprises me. Perhaps humans are destined for greatness among the stars." The crew exchanged glances. None of them had ever received such praise from a being as powerful as the Queen. It was not only respect, it was acknowledgement of their unique place in the universe. Suddenly, the hall shifted. Holographic images of other human colonies appeared on the displays. The Queen's energy pulsed across the map, connecting the systems to the Andrax network. "Your reach is growing," she said. "Humans are not limited to one world. Your curiosity drives you. Your unity allows you to overcome obstacles. That is remarkable." Elena nodded. "We have faced challenges before, and we will face more. But humanity thrives because we face the unknown with courage and with cooperation." The Queen floated closer, her multiple eyes locked on Elena's. "Your species is unique in the galaxy. I see now why you survived the Hall of Convergence, why you solved puzzles and resisted my power. Humans are not ordinary. You are exceptional." Elena lowered her gaze slightly in respect. "We are honored by your words, Queen Varel. We seek not only survival but understanding, and perhaps in working together, we can achieve more than either of our species could alone." The Queen considered her carefully, then extended a limb in a gesture of acknowledgement. "Captain Ryder, humans will now serve as my allies in observing, negotiating, and protecting peace across these star systems. I trust you will honor this responsibility." Elena straightened. "We will, Queen Varel. Humanity takes pride in its responsibilities. We will act with courage, intelligence, and integrity." The chamber pulsed with soft light as the Queen's energy spread around them. The Andrax officers watched silently, understanding that the humans had passed a test unlike any other. They had faced the unknown, resisted manipulation, solved impossible challenges, and acted decisively under pressure. Queen Varel spoke again, her voice calm but firm. "Captain Ryder, humanity is no longer a species I merely observe. You are my allies. I expect your people to surprise us further. Show the galaxy the strength, courage, and ingenuity of humans." Elena bowed deeply, her voice clear. "We will, Queen Varel. Humanity will not fail you nor itself. We will rise to meet every challenge, every opportunity, and every threat." The Queen's many eyes seemed to soften, a rare expression of approval and admiration. "Very well. Begin your mission. Show us the potential of humans. I have never known a species like yours. You inspire me." As the humans turned to leave the chamber, Elena glanced back once more at the Queen. She could sense respect, curiosity, and a willingness to learn. The journey ahead would be dangerous, but humanity had already proven itself capable. Walking through the hall, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had faced a being more powerful than any they had known, and they had emerged not only unscathed but respected. Humans were unique in the galaxy, not because of weapons or strength, but because of courage, ingenuity, and the ability to act wisely under pressure. Elena took a deep breath as the crew prepared to depart. The stars outside the flagship's massive viewports twinkled like a sea of possibilities. Humanity's journey among the stars was just beginning, and they were ready. Queen Varel's voice echoed softly in Elena's mind, transmitted by the subtle energy connection she had sensed. Humans, you are extraordinary. The galaxy will remember you, and for the first time in history, humans knew that their place among the stars was not by chance. It was their courage, intelligence, and adaptability that had earned them a seat at the table of the universe. The Odyssey prepared to leave the Andrax flagship, carrying humanity's hopes, their determination, and the promise of new alliances. Captain Elena Ryder looked ahead, her eyes bright with determination. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges, but humanity was ready. And somewhere deep within the Queen's mind, a thought persisted. Humans were not to be underestimated. Not now, not ever. The stars awaited, and humanity would rise to meet them.